going on? Rob Cesternino welcoming you back to Club Condo, your new favorite Survivor podcast. And now here we are back here with the man who is the maitre d' of Club Condo, Chappell. Chappell, how are you?
Life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Is that what this is? Yes, Condo. Wait, wrong show.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're getting you started on a Monday night doubleheader. We're talking Club Condo here, and then we'll be back with Jenny to talk about Dundee later on tonight. So we'll be talking about episode number 6 of Deal or No Deal Island. But here we are streaming live. We love to hear from you on April Fool's Day, Chappell.
Yes, your favorite holiday. I know you've been ready for this.
No, you know what? The world has come to me where I saw a lot of people saying like, I hate you guys. I hate April Fool's Day.
I hate the April Fool's Day.
It's the worst. And I planted my flag here early.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this anti-April Fool's Day propaganda.
Oh, you a pro? Is this an April Fool's joke?
No, I'm pro April Fools. Look, we only have so many days in April. There's not any cool holidays in April aside from my birthday, obviously. Mm-hmm. We need all that we can get here. I think y'all are trying to take the spirit out of the season. It's the season to be foolish. You know,
why do y'all want to shut down good April Fool's jokes? So I saw a lot on Twitter today. Like somebody gives like the opposite of what their normal opinion is, and then I have to know the person so well to know that it's actually a joke when it's not actually. It's like, I like the color red. Like, oh, that's a joke because I like blue.
Oh, okay. I saw the cast of that show, The Goat, and Wendell was on it, and I was like, why would he be on a show called The Goat? And they're like, April Fools, right? And they were like, no. So damn. I don't think I'm doing it right, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Chappell, that I was wondering that could Survivor ever land an April Fool's joke? I was thinking if Survivor did the hourglass thing and then the episode was on April Fool's, would people have liked it better?
That would have been incredible. People would still be mad to this day. People would be so furious. Like people are just getting over the hourglass twist. They would never get over the Survivor April Fool's joke.
Could be a way to go. Like they don't really program. Like last fall in Survivor 45, they had that one reward that was like that they gave them like the Thanksgiving stuff. It was like that they had like a Thanksgiving feast, but it was like they were off by 1 week. I just wonder if they ever try to program the show based off of when it's going to air.
What could have been cool is last week when Jeff says, and the people who finish in last place are, and they say the losers. And he said, ooh, I thought you were going to say Yanu. They should say, Yanu, April Fools. I meant the losers. Like he could have done it.
Yeah. What did you think about that moment? Because, this was a very sassy Jeff moment that got people talking.
Last tribe to finish, otherwise known as
the losers.
I thought they might say Yanu.
Okay, I mean, they walked right into it.
Yeah, that's like when Jeff's like, all right, tribe, drop your expectations.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Drop your expectation.
Oh, and everyone's like, hey, Jeff, like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I said, Jeff got a new catchphrase. I was like, okay. He's like, that's my mama. Another good April Fool's joke from Survivor history would have been Sheehan. He's like, I didn't say we were merged. April Fools. I'm just saying. It's me, Jeff. Boy, I'm just saying. Sorry, Jeffrey. I see you.
Yeah. Chappell, what do you think about Survivor this week? This is our first post-Banu episode. A lot of people feel like Survivor was back this week.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings. One, I was very sad about the eliminated contestant. We're here talking about it.
Number one Gem super fan.
I really was. I think she was my first pick in the draft. If not, she was very high for me for sure. She was my first pick in the draft. And then she's been getting pretty decent content these last few episodes. I mean, they haven't shown anything negative about Gem. I don't think anybody's ever said anything bad about her. And then in this episode, it just looked like everything that we thought was true was a lie. And maybe that's why I didn't love the episode. Like if I thought that Gem could possibly have been in danger going into the episode, I'd be like, okay, it makes sense that Gem is the one who goes out. But we see this tribe. It's seemingly split. She seemingly has Maria. there's no reason we would think that Maria would be able to would relinquish one of her pieces for one of Charlie's pieces, but she does.
That's a really good point because it's almost like that they showed everything she did in a positive light. And even though I was saying at the time, like, I don't know if this is such a good idea. People are like, are you look how good she's having fun.
It's fun. Let us play Survivor. This is winner edit material.
I watched the episode again this morning, and Maria is like, yeah, you know what? Like, I really trust Mariah and Jem, and I don't know if I really trust Ben and Tim.
It's yeah, but she loves Charlie.
Yeah, I love Charlie. And she's like, but I don't know. And she even says, like, it's a pretty solid. The plan is set. We're gonna vote out Ben. And somehow, in between when she said that and Tribal Council, I'm gonna put 2 votes on Jem.
2 votes, not even just one, because it only would have taken one. But you like put the nail in the coffin and then sprinkle a little salt on it as well. I'm just saying. She did. That's the new April Fool's. I'm just saying. Yeah, she took 2 votes on Jem. And the funniest thing about the Jem elimination is that in Jem's exit press, to this day, she is still confused as to why she got voted out. She's like, I'm not quite sure what happened. I don't know. Like, they haven't even told you by now. Y'all ain't, had a group chat going.
Maybe she's not talking to them.
I probably wouldn't. Okay, but it's not like Jem played perfectly. The thing you were saying with is this a good idea or a bad idea to have people digging in the wrong spot? I do think it's a little extra to even hide the advantage at all. Just let them look. But at the same time, I think it shot her in the foot. I don't think it was a bad play, but I think the results led to her demise because of all the searching and stuff like that, she could not reveal in an opportune time that she did have the thing. Right? She had been having those people out in the woods digging under the coconut grove where all the poop is, and so they're like, yeah, we've been digging for days. If she pops up like, all right, you guys, gotcha, I got the idol. What?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It's like, bruh, you got what? I've been face first in this decrement or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you share that before?
It was an interesting first step of a plan, but that if there was a part 2 or part 3, she didn't get to execute on it in time.
Right. Like,
maybe the beware advantage got found too soon.
Something I've been seeing too lately is that a lot of times these people get they scramble for an idol the day of Tribal Council, and then for some reason they don't play. I feel like if you were to the point where you were scrambling to get an idol before Tribal Council for whatever reason, or at Tribal Council, just play it, whatever. Well, I know it can help you later on, but just play it.
In fairness, that I think it was more the concern was that she needed to get her vote for Tribal Council. So if she didn't find the idol, she wouldn't have been able to vote at the Tribal Council. So I think that it was like a little bit more of an urgency of, I need to get my vote back rather than I need the idol to play at the Tribal Council tonight.
She must have really trusted Maria. Like, she must have really trusted Maria, because this, like I said, to this day, it does not look like Jem knows what exactly happened here. Why Maria would leave her and Mariah stranded to go with the boys. I still have not seen a logical explanation for it. I'm sure there is one out there, but again, we'll have to hear from that in this upcoming episode when Maria gets her confessionals. I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Okay, well, I talked with Jem the other day. We did the exit press. Jem talked with all of the Survivor reporters. This was something that came up that I feel like that Jem talked, as much as it was the Vibe tribe, she did not necessarily love the Sega tribe.
It didn't sound like it. Even if you watch his most recent episode, the way she was talking to Ben and the way she was talking to Tim, it didn't feel like this, like, oh, like, we're all friends and family. She comes up on him like, so who you voting for? It's like, what? Yeah, who you voting for? Like, tell me, and I will vote with you. He's like, I mean, do you? I'm thinking, Tim's thinking, okay, well, who are you voting for?
Do or die.
Right, it's do or die. And then there's a moment where he's like, well, are you close with anybody? She's like, I'm not close with anybody. He's like, girl, it's been 6 days. You ain't did nothing? I don't know. Tim said, so I'm your number 1 ally. She's like, I don't really think I have one. Lady. What? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she did, but that being the thing that she was trying to sell to Tim, it just feel like it didn't feel like this was familial and they were putting their heads together and they were trying to snow her. This felt like, nah, she's on the warpath and we got to keep her out.
Okay, well, they talked to tribal council about the vibes in that tribe. And we know that Ben, he is the vibes guy in the tribe. So much so, he said this.
I know I'm still getting a Sega tattoo.
Okay. A Sega tattoo after, which I have to say, like, I don't recommend a tribe tattoo. I don't even recommend a tribal tattoo.
Tribal tattoos are probably are probably frowned upon. Unless you're from a tribal group of people, maybe don't do that. But you have a huge issue with a Survivor tattoo, or is it Sega specifically?
I mean, first off, it's only been 11 days. You know.
Okay, Rob. Here we go. There's new eras too short. All right. Okay, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, people definitely get their. It used to be more of a thing, I feel like, in the old days. I don't know how many people, if people from the new era have necessarily gotten too many tattoos. It's not something that I ever considered doing. But anyway, so then to each their own, he's going to do it. Okay. But I thought that this was an interesting response in terms of like, how does Jem feel about the Sega tribe now? Here she is. This got clipped by Twitter account. Rebecca S. Davis posted this snapshot from a question with Dalton Ross. Have you gotten your Sega tattoo yet? Hell no. I'm not getting that S word. Sega tattoo? Not on this body. Maybe after I go back and play and I have a tribe that ... Because Dalton, I wanted to play a loyal game. No matter the shenanigans, I'm a loyal person. I thought the four of us were going to make it to the end because I want to play with people that want to duke it out to the end. You played a great game. I did. Let's see who the people want to give the money to.
So she was loyal to the women and Charlie, right? That's what she's saying?
The women and Charlie. Yeah. But otherwise, she's not going with the tattoo. She said, hell no, I'm not getting that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. She was only betrayed by one person. Well, two people. She was betrayed by Maria and Charlie. Like, don't be mad at the whole tribe. Mariah still voted with you. Tim and Ben never had it. You were trying to vote them out, so why would they vote for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get a Sega tattoo. It can be Sega, but you can like just and be like underneath it in red, it be like, but not Mariah, not Maria, like that kind of thing. Like Sega without Maria. That's what the whole tattoo should say. Sega, not Maria.
Sega, not minus Maria. Well, she didn't really like Ben or Tim either.
Okay.
So just get a Mariah tattoo.
Yeah, get a Mariah tattoo. It'll just be a picture of Liz. That's a running joke. I'm going to try to do one of those at least in every podcast we do.
Yeah. It's seen in the comments. Somebody was correcting you about that last week.
Oh, wait. About what?
That he's saying, why is he saying Liz? He means Mariah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm so sick of you already.
Why does Chappell think that Liz can't jump?
Like, because her money bags are weighing her down. She's rich. I don't know. Team Liz.
Yep.
Team her.
Jem was fun. Sad to see her go, but we have to move on. Okay.
So if you had to get a Survivor tattoo, which of your tribes would you get tatted on you?
I don't know, because I started with the like, I feel like it seems a little bit like if I just go like Tambaki, all men tribe, like, I don't know. What's the message I'm sending there? I liked when I was swapped to the Jabiru tribe. That was pretty good, but yellow tattoo. I don't know if you'd even see it.
You got to get the red jacare across your chest.
Yeah, I feel like that's really probably
that's the one.
The best. It's like an alligator. Maybe you could do something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one. That's the one.
Me getting the Chappell tribe would be like Jem getting the Sega tribe tattoo.
Well, it's like Jervis getting the Pagong tattoo. It's symbolic.
Yeah, but at least he made it out of Pagong.
I mean, did he? Oh, yeah, he did survive Pagong, even though
he got Pagonged. Yeah,
it is the longest running Survivor joke. It is the longest running Survivor reference in Survivor.
Yeah,
like Pagonging.
Do you think Hunter knows what Pagonging is?
He does. He just doesn't know which order it happened in.
Yes.
Like, he's like, it happened somewhere in the 20s.
Okay. Chappell, there was a big moment in the episode this week where Hunter had to go on the journey. And first off, before we talk about Hunter, I do want to say that, I've been thinking about this all week long. I really feel like that Q did a very good job with this pitch. I know this isn't the strategy show, but I just would love to get your take on it. I really feel like that this Exile Alliance is going to be a big deal this week.
Yeah, well, letting the three biggest guys on the on the show link up and put their heads together and say, okay, we're just gonna run this thing. It's not a great idea. I don't think you leave these people alone to do this exact thing. But we've seen in the new era that this has happened before, where we're like, there's the Boys Alliance, and then the moment, the moment they get to the merge, Bruce is like, yeah, I don't like Caleb. Oh, he can go. So we've seen stuff like this in the past.
Well, I have to give credit. Like, it wasn't the kind of thing that was like premeditated, unless there was some like hand signals that were going on, because Hunter was the person that got picked by Nami to go. And then he was like, hey, does anybody want to jump at this? And Tim is the one's like, I'll go. So that's broy guy number one. Not to say Tim's a broy guy, but you know what I mean?
He broke down in this episode. It happens.
And then it was Tiffany that was like, oh, Q's going to go. So, I mean, this whole thing could have like ended up not happening. Like, had Kenzie been the person who was going to go, or if Charlie is like, I'm in, if one of those guys ends up like raising, or Mariah is like, oh, pick me. So it's just like, it's interesting the way it worked out. And I thought it was a really good move by Q to throw that out there. What else does he have to lose? And it seems like that the other guys are biting.
Yeah, Tiffany probably could have gone as well, because if she had gone, she'd been like, she's the middle of that alliance between Q and Kenzie, right? They're never going to work together without her. So she probably could have gone, but letting Q go is probably not the worst decision in the world, especially when we don't know what's going to happen on the journey. There could be a competition on the journey, where it's like, okay, well, they got Tim and they got Hunter. Do we really want to send out, Kenzie, who's probably decent in challenges, but she's not as big and athletic as those guys are. And so it's like, you maybe want to just make sure the playing field is even, because when they get to that deal, they talk about taking it. Okay, the guys, we should all grab us a number one, the brigade strategy, grab us a number one, drag them to so far and then cut them. Okay, cool. But then they have to come to the consensus of who gets to participate in the Survivor Trivia Challenge. And this just felt weird. How often are they like, okay, pick one of us to do it and the rest of us to just go home? No penalties, nothing. Banu lost his vote, and he didn't even have an option to not participate. He pulled a rock. These
I would have liked to see Banu order the seasons.
No. Banu got enough smoke in this.
I feel like a fool.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I feel like he's got enough smoke in this season, calling himself a super fan who obviously missed some very key elements of Survivor. I don't want to see him in a situation where he needs to put his super fandom up for battle, basically up to bid. But in this situation, does Banu even want to do? I guess does he even want to try on the journey? Like, if Banu has the opportunity to opt out, would he?
If you had Banu, Tim, or I guess you couldn't have Banu and Q, but you could have three people there and none of them want to do it. Like, do they get to the stalemate where is the bag of rocks standing by for somebody's got to do it?
Nobody's got to do somebody. Can I get anybody, somebody up to the front?
Chappell, could you have put the seasons in order?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. Now, see, my thing with Survivor is that I can name the seasons in order. I can name the winners in order, but I am not like I cannot tell you the numbers that align with the season. So like when you tell me like Survivor blank, Survivor 16 is blank, I'm like, but if we wanted me to get to 16, I could do it.
So that's interesting. So you can put them in all in order, but you don't know what number each one is. Like you just remember.
I know the big ones
before this. Yeah,
I know the big ones. But like if I get down to like it's really the crunch time right after Guatemala, like that Panama, China, Micronesia, Cook's Island. Those I'm like, those are all basically the same season.
Okay, yeah. So we got a little bit of an inkling into what's going on in Hunter's mind, that he became a fan later in life, that I think he was a pandemic person who his roommate showed him the show. it seems like he really liked it. He's like started watching the show 2 years ago, and in that time has built every single puzzle that ever existed on the show.
He started building while he was watching that first season. Like he watched one of the new era, one of the the current seasons. He's like,
Right.
oh, okay, and then he just immediately started building. There's nothing this man can do. Lee in the chat's correct. I know the seasons are relative to one another. So because I watched them in order,
Mhm.
and then like back in our day, you couldn't just grab Survivor off of a streaming site. You had to go into the back channels of the internet to find these seasons and watch them again. And I used to be on the torrents. Okay, it used to
Oh,
get dirty
yeah.
on the laptop. Yeah, because it was hard to get those seasons. It really was. And so I've watched them a billion times, just kind of whenever I could watch them. So they're not cemented. The number is not cemented in my head.
Okay. So we got a little bit of an insight into how Hunter looks at Survivor. He told us about what he likes, who his favorites are. We heard him talk about, okay, this is Tyson. That's my favorite. Then who could forget Boston Rob and Parvati. And then, of course, Survivor Wrong.
Wrong. It's like the one where Caleb passed out.
That's the one.
The one where Caleb passed out.
Is Hunter a Big Brother fan? Because why does Caleb stick out so well?
Not to my knowledge.
I think he must be a Big Brother fan. He was in on the Andy Herron massacre, the great Andy Herron massacre of March.
That's true.
Yeah, he was in on it.
He knew enough about Andy Herron to like.
So that's two indicators that he's probably watched a little Big Brother.
Yeah, maybe he got into Big Brother right in BB15 and then stuck around for BB16 and got to know Caleb.
Watching Big 15 and 16 as your first two seasons, and then watching 17 as well, something must be wrong with Hunter. If you watch 15 and 16 back to back, you have to assume that we just need to put this one down.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean put it down, I mean like take the season out back and put it out as misery. Big Brother, I would never watch another season of Big Brother if that happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so did not come close, Hunter.
No. Also, Rob, what was more impressive to me about this was that I didn't watch the episode live. So I was trying to avoid spoilers. So I'm like not on Twitter and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just minding my own business because I didn't watch it live. So I was busy. I think I was actually podcasting. So I couldn't watch it at the time. But all of a sudden, like I felt the ground shake. It was like this like quake or whatever. And I was thinking, like, they don't really have earthquakes in Texas like that. Like not often. So I'm thinking something's wrong. It was the collective groan of like 1 million super fans around the world being like, "This is the challenge!" Like I could hear Brandon Donlin screaming from across the country. Like it was like the highest pitch. Like I think like there was like a fork that started vibrating. Yeah. Incredible. This is the biggest slap to the face of the super fans that has ever existed. That when it's like sometimes Jeff feels like he doesn't really care for super fans. This was the time where it's like, okay, Survivor finally got us back. He stuck it to us with this one because why?
He was
why
in their face.
It's so bad. And then the fact that again we had like Brandon Donlin, Omer.
Let's talk about that. Okay. All right. So this set off the super fans. Okay.
Yeah.
And so people were like, that was so easy. I could do that. Okay. So, all right. Let me bring in some, let's go into some social media. Okay. Our friend Brando. Okay. Episode 5 King Brando. Here he is this was 9:31 p.m. Saturday, tweeted out, official, the new world record holder for fastest time to name 100 Survivor contestants. Okay. He did a speed run, and in 9 minutes and 22 seconds, Brando on his Twitch stream was able to go into a Google sheet and type in the first and last name of 100 Survivor players, and then challenged some folks, including Zach Werdenberger, Brandon Donlin, Dwight Moore, Owen Knight, myself. I don't know who.
Kelly, Jake, and Christian.
Oh, Kelly Nalbandian, Jake and Christian.
Yeah. That's interesting. You know, being able to name 100 Survivor contestants, that would be your equivalent to if you and Charlie were doing the Taylor Swift thing, you know, where Charlie's name is Taylor Swift. Like, then you would name a Survivor contestant for each Taylor Swift song he names.
Yeah.
But you could beat 9 minutes.
Chappell.
We don't have time here.
I'm worried. I'm worried about our young men and women who are coming into Survivor.
What if they're able to do this?
No.
Oh, okay.
They need to touch grass.
That's what I'm saying. If you're able to do this, and this is like, maybe there is a bigger problem. Maybe that's why none of these super fans can win.
Yeah, they all were then getting into it then. Like, 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Look at the rest of the Twitter thread. Okay. Jelinski got in. He was excited. But then Brandon Donlin was let me see if I could find the or maybe he responded in a different thread. Brandon Donlin went ahead and did it. All these other people are doing it.
Again, this is these are the players who are meant to do this kind of thing. That's why they get cast on Survivor, Rob. Rob, honestly, you ought to be proud. These are your children. Let's just call it what it is, Rob. This is the house that Rob Cesternino built. The super fan archetype.
Chappell, this was a Saturday night.
Rob, you made them this way. Do you think these people were doing this before they were listening to RHAP?
This is my fault.
Be honest. Do you think these people were doing this prior to finding RHAP? Don't you lie.
Chappell,
you did
even
this.
Me,
you take
even
it. No,
me.
Rob,
at 25 years old on a Saturday night was not naming 100 Survivor players.
Rob, you had just played Survivor twice.
There weren't even 100 Survivor players.
But Rob, you could not tell me that you couldn't name every single person who played prior to you.
Sure.
Exactly. These are your kids, Rob. Congratulations. This is what you did.
Chappell, don't you think that Survivor needs to go back to casting some villains to give these kids a swirly?
Listen, more villains and more hot people. I saw Stephen Fishback's tweet, and he pointed it out the best. Survivor was the best when they were casting baddies. Cast more baddies.
That's what Stephen
Fishback said.
Do you have Steven's
tweet? Yeah. Do you have Steven's tweet? Yeah.
Yeah.
That man has never lied a day in his life.
Yeah.
Get Stephen Fishback on the phone. I saw that tweet. I was like, look at these gorgeous people. These are the people that we fell in love with. Yeah. I was like, look at Sandra. Look at baby Rob. Both Robs. Y'all was both okay. I see you. I said, okay, Rob. You had your little white beater on. You remember back in them days?
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can get the Steven tweet. Okay. All right.
Look, Venus is a baddie. They made a mistake. Jim was a baddie too. I'm just saying, they take us back. That's all.
Okay. All right. This is what Chappell is talking about. All right. So my controversial Survivor opinion, and this wasn't on April Fool's. My controversial Survivor opinion is that hot people make the best players. Hot people are more willing to take risks, good or ill. They're more confident for good or ill, and are often more socially astute and physical. Now, when he says ill, does he mean good like ill nana?
Like the ill nana, like the Queen Bee. Remember that time you and Bryce recited those Lil' Kim lyrics? I dream about that Rhap.
Yeah. All right. And we need to go back to hot person Survivor. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. There's a little shady towards this cast. Okay.
No, listen. No. Pause. This cast is also very attractive, but we had the models back then. Like we had, look at this man. Let's take a look at Exhibit A. Look at Boston Rob. This is before the little bee hat. He made a Patriots hat look stylish, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of Boston Robs in the new era.
Not a lot of Boston Robs. Look at this bit. Look at his the way he wears his buff. It looks like someone just drew plasma. You know, it's hard to pull that off.
Okay. Here's Young Parvati.
Young Parvati. She's an anomaly as well, because not only is she hot, she is a boxer.
Yes.
See, remember when we used to do model boxers? When was the last model boxer we got on Survivor? That's the problem with casting today.
Only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cast more model boxer.
This is Jeremy.
A literal daddy. Like a literal.
Yes.
Like this the archetype of dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where's the lie?
Okay. All right. Now Jeremy's not a model. He's a normal person.
He's not a model.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like he is like a normal person.
He's normal. Keep going, Rob. Who else is on here?
Okay. And then young Tony.
Okay, young Tony needs to pull his pants up. Okay. Young Tony Wahlberg, I see you. Pull your pants up. You look ghetto mess, Tony. Pull your pants up. I see you. I see your little V thing that Usher got. I don't need to see that for Tony. Tony, I see way too much of your skin.
Can we show this picture of young Tony?
There's a lot of skin on Tony. Like, bro,
let's turn this off. We're gonna be rated NC-17.
It's very bright colored too, so
NC
you can tell
Gabon.
Tony been tanning. Yeah, Tony been tanning, but only in certain spots. You can tell. Like Tony was a baddie too. No, that you forgot the best part of the thread. You got to do the next one. That's the best tweet.
No.
Look,
hey, Chappell, hey, listen.
That's Tony pajamas. Look at that man. He got hair. What waist, Rob? Where is his waist? Snatched.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then Steven went back to the well. He said that exhibit B, he says, okay, more Survivor legends / hotties.
Baddies.
Okay? All right. Now, here we go. Here's Steven. This was, I did not have this on my bingo card of Steven objectifying Sandra.
Listen, he's not objectifying her. He's making an objective statement that Sandra was a baddie. It is. Look at it. Look at Sandra. Sandra looked like she's cast in the sequel to Anaconda.
Mm-hmm.
Anaconda 2. Anaconda's Revenge.
Okay. Then he goes to, all right. No, we're gonna do an Australian Survivor too.
Say, who is this man?
David from Australian Survivor.
Stop it. Who the hell is
Steven?
David?
Look, you were cooking for a bit here.
Like that's obviously a human, but this is AI. You didn't have to make up Survivor
second
players.
Tweet from April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I mean, listen. This man, whoever you just made up, he's very attractive, but he is not the people that we're talking about. Okay. I was like Bobby John.
All right, and then JT.
Well, this is obviously Steven's personal bias. Yes. I mean, JT's a very handsome man, and Steven, we know he loves him.
And then how about this? Steven Fishback.
Rob,
himself.
And I am wet with excitement. I was so excited to see him like this. Bro, I said, Steven, boy, goddamn, look at that. That is a handsome man.
Yeah.
Look at him. Boy. I see you, Steven. Got your little cross shoulder bag. You know, Steven, he was before the curve. These new kids, them the sons of Fishback. That's what they are.
Look, Steven Fishback. That people love Steven.
Listen, every time I see that video of Steven bust into a split in the middle of that street and start twerking,
it's true.
Listen, bookmarked, faved, retweeted, reposted. Like, if you haven't seen that tweet, go find it. Steven, not you, Rob. That's not for this podcast.
Let me see. And then Steven got like did he get ratioed on this?
Steven got ratioed? But he wasn't wrong. These people are gorgeous.
Yeah. It was a polarizing tweet.
Somebody go get Steven Fishback up out of that split and tell him to come explain himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't care what he said. That was him.
Yeah. Did you see even somebody from Survivor the Amazon weighed in on this?
Oh, what'd you say?
Yeah. Here, let me see if I can.
The Amazon.
Yes.
Can I guess who there? Yeah. Okay.
Go for it.
Is it Dan Liu?
No.
Damn, I tried. Okay, who is it? Who's the person from Survivor Amazon who decided to pop up? Because we rarely hear from your cast, Rob.
Yes. No, other than me. I mean,
you're holding it down.
No. I hold it down. I speak for all of them. Okay.
Yes, Jacare.
Okay, here we go. But it's my good friend. Here we go. Let me bring this back up.
I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I am.
Dina Bennett.
Dina, one of the first hotties. Yes, Dina.
Yeah, Dina. Dina said, On a team of pretty survivors, you still need a strong, albeit non-pretty team member to make sure nobody dies or continues to cry or prevent more from quitting. Not speaking from personal experience, ... Oh, wait, I am. LOL.
Well, Dina was on the baddie tribe. You know, she was with the women and she was in the baddie alliance. It was her, Jenna, Heidi, Shauna, and that damn beanie. You know, I Dina, don't sell yourself short. That's the reason why they gravitated to you. He's like, she a baddie in her own right.
Bang-a-ring. Yep.
Banger. Well, I'm not repeating that. I still don't know what he means. What does that mean?
Nobody knows.
It sounds provocative. And it gets like, and I don't like it. Every time I think about that, I say, what do you mean by that?
Booyah.
No,
Yeah.
booyah, we know booyah. Bangarang sounds disgusting. Where is he? Have you checked on the rocket science?
I've not heard from Dave Johnson recently.
Okay, we might need to check in on Bangarang. I feel like he's doing all right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's then. Okay, we talked about you. You agree with Steven. More hotties on Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah.
More fishback types.
More fishback types for sure. Yeah, I do think that there is something. I mean, like, I think that Chris Noble was a good example of like, you can have it both ways, where you have like your Chris Nobles. That would have been a good one to include in the tweet, where somebody who's like, okay, I'm here, I'm a model, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm very confident.
I'm very confident. I'm still, you know, that's one thing that people don't know about me. I was rooting for Chris Noble hard during that season. Oh my God. I mean, like, I was like, sir, you went on this journey. You fought for your extra vote. You risked it all, and you were successful. You go back to tribal council. Your arch nemesis are coming to get you, and you know you're getting votes. You know you're getting votes because Damabate literally yells your name. You know you're getting at least one vote. Christopher Noble, play your damn idol, please. And he didn't even play the idol.
Yep.
I just.
What are you gonna do?
My heart every time. It's just Chris Noble, man. Well, that's what I don't like about the new era.
Couldn't name 100 survivors if you gave him a year.
Listen, but that's what I'm saying. In the new era, we haven't had no all-star season. There's no whispers of going back.
Order.
Huh?
Couldn't put one season in order.
You don't think he knows what came before or after Ghost Island?
He might, but it wouldn't be in the right spot.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know.
He might know. That was the one that was right before Ghost Island. That was the one that was right after Ghost Island.
Right. You know, that's why I miss the old days. Not because the people were hot, but it's because we got our hot people over and over again. And I think on Survivor, everybody starts looking hot after a while because you get used to them half naked, you know, kind of like growing hair out of all places. It's very weird. It's like they start starving and then they get more chiseled in the face and stuff like that. And then it's like there's like a bell curve as well. It's very weird, but we used to see those people 3 or 4 times. Like they would come back hotter and hotter and then not hot because they've been malnourished. It was a fun time.
Do you feel like that's something that they've lost with the new era where it's only 26 days and then Chappell, they don't lose as much weight for you?
No, that's ridiculous. These people are all attractive people, or they wouldn't get put on TV. That's just quite frankly, that's how it goes. You put attractive people on television because you want people to watch your show. They're all beautiful. I hated seeing them starving. The one thing I liked about seeing them starving was that the only moment of gratification I get from that is that they get that moment where they go to Ponderosa and they look in the mirror and they're like, oh my god, I lost. And then they say some random metric amount. I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, that converts to this. I'm like, oh my God. How did you lose so much weight? Oh my God. You know, like that is the only benefit to starving these people to me, because we saw in this episode that the poor Yanu tribe, they hadn't had fire in so long.
Yeah.
That they were about to break the new era record for the longest time without Flint. The people were hungry. They were starving. Let the people eat.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I do miss that when we would get the Ponderosa videos. That I actually had a moment like that at Ponderosa. That here's me at Ponderosa when I got to the mirror. This was me.
Yes.
Day 38. Survivor of the Amazon.
Yeah, Rob Greek God.
Yeah, my pants didn't even fit anymore.
They didn't even fit anymore.
I didn't have a belt.
Tony, you need your ass whooped. Pull up your pants. Bill Cosby is somewhere shaking right now, Tony. Stop it. You hoodlum. This man dare go be a cop after being scantily clad like that on the internet. Somebody mark that as NSFW.
Yeah.
I feel personally harassed by Tony Vlachos today. I was not expecting to see the cusp of that man's V.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be able to see the cusp of a man's anything on,
Yeah.
and this is the cusp.
It was right there.
Right there, the cusp. I was like, oh my God, Tony, please.
Okay. Chappell. All right, let's talk about go back to the Sega tribe. Did you catch what the name of this week's episode was?
No.
This week's episode was called Tiki Man.
Oh yeah.
Man. Yes.
Tim was talking to Tiki Man.
Yes. Okay. Now we haven't seen Tim too much in the last couple episodes, but Tim was having a one-on-one talk with the Tiki Man.
Tiki Man, when am I gonna poop?
Tiki Man, when am I going to poop? Now, I could have sworn just last week.
Tim takes a big dump.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while since he took his big dump. You know,
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Tim is getting concerned, Chappell.
Yeah,
he's fine. I'm getting hungry, but I'm drinking enough. I haven't pooped, so I don't know whether or not to be concerned.
Hey, he's like, everything seems fine, but I know something's supposed to come out of here eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Coconut Grove is empty. I think, watching Tim talk to the Tiki Man about his poops. There are definitely other Survivor players who are known for being scatological, talking about their dumps. Can you think of any off the top of your head that are just like known for the poop narrative?
Known for the poop narrative. I mean,
yeah, there's a few.
Well, Joe Del Campo.
Joe Del Campo is one. Okay. Who? Oh, Bruce Kennegai. Yeah. He was like, let me filter this water through my shirt. That won't kill me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
Then your season, I believe there was some poop gate.
Yeah. Well, Butch got very sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then had seemed to have had
severe gastrointestinal distress. Stephen Fishback, a hottie who poops. Okay. You see there's a through line here. Darnell was poopy. Morgan, is anybody pooping? No, that's not Morgan. That's Jeffrey. Anybody pooping?
Now I feel like the line was, y'all peeing?
Y'all pee? Is it peeing or pooping?
I think it was peeing.
Anybody peeing? Y'all peeing? Oh yeah, we gotta get into that. That's a whole different group of people. You got Jeffra, you got Kathy Vibrant O'Brien pissing on people's legs. Pee. There's been a lot of pee people too.
You want to get the Brant Steele pee versus poop going?
Do we have enough?
I think so.
I don't know. We have to put Carlo
famous
on the
Survivor peers and famous Survivor poopers.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do it.
Jam poop in the ocean.
Yeah, there's a few aquadump stories as well. Yeah, we get Darnell back. We get Jam back. Carla would be back. She's the one who named everybody, who told everybody about Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
It's the P tribe that I would be concerned about.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Bloom could have this ready by 8:30 tonight.
Yeah, Tarzan. That's another pooper, another famous pooper. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this? That this pooping was a big topic of conversation at Sega, besides just with the Tiki Man, because Ben was talking about how the Sega tribe goes about their day.
It's like being at a retreat sometimes. Wake up, shred the aqua dump.
They wake up, they shred the aqua dump.
Is shred a verb?
Shred is a verb. Yeah.
And it means,
I don't think it's an adjective for the aqua dump.
Yeah, but it's like the aqua dump is shred is the aqua dump's name. It's shred.
Okay, apparently Brooke says that pee versus poop already happened on Mike's podcast.
On Outplay Outlast?
They did an all pee versus poop bracket. I think I thought they did the different medical evacuations.
Rob,
but I stand corrected if that's the case.
If Mike Bloom had a whole podcast dedicated to this and like all seriousness, what are you doing as a boss? Like, how did you not know this? How did you let this slide under your radar?
Says no. Well, it was injuries, but it came down to pee and poop very quickly. Well, there were a lot of injuries regarding pee and poop.
A lot of injuries regarding pee and poop. That is correct.
Yes, but it was not strictly a bracket of pee versus poop.
Right. I thought, like I was going to say,
it was all of the injuries.
I was gonna say, Rob, if you need me to listen to all the podcasts to make sure this type of thing isn't happening, I'll volunteer as tribute. Like I legit will, because there's no way Mike Bloom should have gotten this past us. But if it's a game on the B&B, then it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Mariah was very quick to point out, Jeff, we do not shred and aqua dump together. This is not what we do.
I thought that's how you shred an aqua dump though. Like it has to be a group effort, or it's not a shred.
Yeah, it was not a group effort. Yeah.
Then it's not a shred of aqua. No, somebody's lying. Either Mariah's lying or Ben's lying. Because the only way you can shred an aqua dump, I don't know if you know this, Rob, because it's a common knowledge amongst us shredders. But you got to hold hands when you do it as well.
I didn't know that.
It's a tandem event, and so that's what I say. It's like somebody's not being honest. I'd have to look at Mariah as the liar here.
Yeah, Ben also he started this off by saying that Sega life it's like a spa.
It's like being at a retreat sometimes.
A retreat.
Wake up, shred the aqua dump.
You wake up, shred the aqua dump. What retreats is Ben going on?
Yeah, it's like on the cruises where they have the list of the activities for the day. It's like 8 o'clock, wake up.
Hold on a second.
8:30, shred the aqua dump.
Like when Ben is going on a retreat, is this like what goes on at Burning Man?
Oh, I heard Burning Man's all commercial now. Like no one's shredding aqua dumps anymore. That's back in the old days. Like Ben might have been able to sneak in one of them before it got all contrived, but no, it's not what it used to be. Back in the day, we used to be a proper nation. We used to shred the aqua dumps out at Burning Man.
Yeah. Okay, because we learned a little bit more about Ben's life this week, Chappell. This is something that, Ben, he was having a hard time at the beginning of the episode, and he told us that he's been in some rough situations before.
You ever been stuck in a van with the same 6 people for 2 months, surviving off $3 of Taco Bell a day?
Yeah. Have you ever been stuck in a van with people, with 6 guys with $3 of Taco Bell a day?
$3 of Taco Bell used to get you very far back in the day. You could get
you don't know what year this was.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. But you used to could get a Mexican pizza, a taco, some cinnamon twists, and a drink for $3 at Taco Bell. The stuff is made out of like fiberglass or something. I don't know, but it's just like you go eat something. I don't know if it's meat, but it used to come in handy. But I ain't never lived in a van with somebody. So he's lived a longer life than I have, obviously. But it's weird though. Is living in a van with 6 people and $3 of Taco Bell a day, is that harder than playing Survivor in the new era? Because
I think I'd rather play Survivor.
I think I'd rather play Survivor too. Would you rather do that or play Survivor Australia, which is 2 months with 50 people on an island with no food?
Can I win $1 million if I win?
You gotta win though. That's the thing. Like if you don't win, yeah. You don't get Taco Bell though, but you might win half of some money. You might win some money.
They get Mexican food a surprising amount on Australian Survivor.
Is there like a strong Mexican like food industry in Australia? Because they play in Samoa, right? Yeah. Where they flying this Taco Bell in for them? But
Ben talks a lot about Taco Bell for some reason, and I don't know if he's sponsored by Taco Bell, because over the weekend, Ben took to Twitter. Of course, the great BK Degreaser 69.
Okay,
tweeted out
nasty Twitter name.
Yes. What is at Eliza Orland's go-to Taco Bell order? This seems unprompted. Out of nowhere, he just posted to Twitter and asked, "What is Eliza's Taco Bell order?"
Did she respond?
I don't know if he was going to try to surprise her and send a DoorDash.
Did she say anything?
She did. She said.
She looks like a shredded chicken minis girly.
Shredded. You got to get shredded.
Yes.
Okay. Don't hate me. I've never eaten there a single time in my whole life.
Rob, that's not remotely shocking. Eliza looks like the type of person who's like, Taco Bell, no thank you. I love myself. Yeah. Like she just, that does not surprise me at all. Like if Ben showed up and was like, Eliza, I got you. Like, here is a gift. I got you Taco Bell. There's a 0% chance she's going to taste it.
Yeah. And I thought it was maybe like the setup for a joke or something. Like a knock joke. Like
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But he seemed legitimately interested to know Eliza's Taco Bell order.
Yeah, that is it's very interesting. I don't know. I don't know why. Like why Eliza came up. Maybe it just felt like the most obscure Survivor player that would not eat Taco Bell. You know, like Eliza is far from an obscure player in Survivor history. She's a legend. But at the same time, if you told me to pick like 5 Survivor people who don't eat Taco Bell, Eliza would be somewhere near the top of that list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I thought it was like a setup for some kind of like a churro stick. Something.
It's just
No,
a
I
effing
like that he was
stick.
going for something. He just seems like is he taking orders from other people?
Is he going to just pop up with somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I just feel like if he shows up to he should show up to the Chicago RHAP live event with a Taco Bell order for you. What would be your Taco Bell order, Rob?
You know what, Chappell? I have to be honest.
Don't do this. Not on April Fool's Day, Rob. Please. I thought we were better than this. It's the way I've been lied to my whole life. When I was a wee lad, I used to dream of the day I would meet Rob Cesternino.
We go to Taco Bell.
We would go to Taco Bell.
I'm sure I could find something on the menu.
Oh my God, y'all! Are y'all hearing this? This is new information. I've listened to thousands of hours of you podcasts, and I've never heard
hear me talk about Taco Bell.
No, but I mean, you've never.
This is the only bell I care about. I like a taco.
Oh my God. The bell it's like your whole brand. Speaking of sponsorships, Rob, this could have been a
Run
thing.
for the border. Yeah.
The bell, Rob, we could have been had a sponsorship, bro. You've been doing this all wrong. Let me reach out to some people.
Okay.
Get my Taco Bell connects on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can at least get some free cinnamon twist or something.
All right. Well, I'm sure that helps with shredding the aqua dumps in the morning.
Oh yeah. If you eat enough Taco Bell, that emu meat is coming out. Okay, it's coming out.
Okay. Speaking of delicious things, let's talk a little bit about. So the Nami tribe got a reward this week, Chappell.
Okay. Yeah, they finally won something.
They finally won something. We didn't get to see what they won. That they won the big basket and they got the stuff. But the problem was that if you watch this secret scene, that it turned out that Queen Liz, she has so many food allergies. There was not a lot that she could eat. It turns out it was just only one specific thing that she could eat.
I have to compete in the next challenge, and I have 3 apples, and you guys have so much.
So in the basket that they gave, the only thing that she could eat was apples.
I couldn't even imagine being allergic to apples. It's just been something that's just been so normal for anybody to have. Like an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
She was not allergic to apples. Apples was the only thing she could eat. Everything else was pastry and melon and all sorts of other fruits and baked goods. She could not eat any of them. Only apples.
See, I misunderstood. I thought she was allergic to apples. I was like, "Dear God, woman, what? Please, with all your money, you can't. Science has moved forward enough to where I'm sure." You know,
that's
you can afford
the irony. She has all the money in the world, and they can't fix this problem.
What do you get a person with all the money in the world? Benadryl. That's the gift. And a histamine.
You think that's why she couldn't go look for the idol? You think it was too much Benadryl?
No, not enough. She's like, I can't go out there. Like, there's grass out there. There's trees. There's leaves. What am I supposed to do out there? You know, we saw on Dondi, people be allergic to stuff like that.
Yeah, allergic to wood.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have where Liz, she can't eat anything, and they try to make they said, okay, Liz, you take all the apples. She said, you know what? I'm not hungry because it's hard for me. I have to watch all of you eat all these calories, and we have to compete in the challenges, and I don't have anything. All I have is these apples, so I'm good. And it turns out the stuff they got was really good. Okay.
What did they get? Did they get all the fixins too?
They got a lot of pastries, and you see that Hunter is, I think, off at the journey, but Tevin and Soda and Venus, they're all enjoying the stuff. Okay. And Liz walks away, and they find they can enjoy it. Listen to how good Venus has a rave review of what they got. Okay, Chappell, listen to this.
I want to make love to this brownie.
Chappell had to turn off his camera when he heard
I was
that.
blushing. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. He
Yes.
wanted to we gonna make love to the brownie?
I want to make love to this brownie.
That's interesting. Check out our website on onlyfudge.com.
I mean, that's a pretty good review for the brownie.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good review for the taste, but you know, that doesn't account for all the things. You know, like it's like the first stop. Did it taste good? Sure. Did you proceed?
Yeah.
That's the real question. That is the kingmaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, sounds like some of the women that I used to know back on Survivor.
Oh, okay. See, so they got naked for chocolate and peanut butter. But did they take it further, Rob? How far did it go?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, because Rob, you are the originator of this. Remember, you're the guy who made love to the pie.
That wasn't me.
Are you sure? I kind of saw it.
That wasn't me.
I saw it. You were like humping the pie.
That wasn't me.
All right, you sure? It was you.
I would know. I
You
would
know
know.
the guy. You're that guy. That's you.
I know the guy, but that's actually not me.
So you did it. So okay, let's say it's April Fool's Day. Let's say it's not you.
Yeah.
You have never made love to the pie?
No.
Okay, Rob. Sure.
Mhm.
Sure, Rob. If you say so. Okay, fine. I saw what I saw. We all saw it. America saw the American pie.
Leave her out of this, okay?
Yeah, the pie has a name.
She's gonna get in enough trouble on her own.
Yeah, the pie has a name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You remember the pie's name, Rob?
No.
You dog. You dog. You sick dog.
Yeah. I think that's what that's what happened to Liz, I think.
I have to compete in the next challenge, and I have 3 apples, and you guys have so much.
There you go. How about them apples?
How about them apples? The only thing
about
that's
them apples?
Liz isn't allergic to. I'm just saying.
You're not allergic to apples or money. That's it.
Just saying. Okay.
Look, she ain't allergic to cheese because she got that cheddar, that paper, that guap, that guwap, that guala, that skrilla, that eels is not nice.
All right. I don't know if what else, Chappell? What do you think about this week when they showed when Q made an observation about what was going on with Kenzie? He said, you ever notice something about Kenzie?
Hey, have you noticed when Kenzie woke up, the first thing she always asks is, what y'all talking about?
Okay. This is funny because one, Kenzie does not sound like that. So Q was like, he was doing like the Q version of what Kenzie would say.
What she actually says.
What are y'all talking about?
What are y'all talking about? You know, like it's close, but it's not the same. What are y'all talking about? But Q like, what y'all talking about? See, that sounds like I said it. I be like, what's happening? Like, how come Chappell every time he comes over here, he says, what's happening? How do you spell that? What's happening? What's
W-U-Z.
No, I've texted you what's happening before.
W-A-Z-M?
Yes. You were close. 2 Z's.
Yeah.
W-A-Z-Z-A-M. What's happening?
Wazam.
What's happening? Yeah. That's what's happening.
Where's the merch?
Hey, recap kickback and on the back and say, what's happening? What's happening?
The hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag what's happening.
I thought Tiffany was pretty good in the covering of like getting ready for every time Kenzie comes over with the.
What are y'all talking about?
Salmon.
Salmon. Oh, yeah. Q wants us to vote him out.
Yeah.
That was very funny. She said, Q telling us to vote him out again. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's it.
She's like,
what are y'all talking about?
1999's American Pie.
1989's Taylor Swift.
What are y'all talking about?
Eliza's Taco Bell order.
That's a game show. It's like, like a pyramid or something like that.
A Kenzie game show that Kenzie comes in and asks, Wazam?
What's that? What's up, everyone? It's Kenzie, and I'm here to host this game show. What y'all talking about? And on this show, we have celebrity survivor guests come on and tell us exactly what they was talking about on the show. First up, Rob Cesternino. What you was talking about?
Brownies.
Show me brownies.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. What y'all talking about?
Tiki
kinda
Man.
like
yeah.
Yeah. Tiki Man. Pooping. Show me pooping.
Y'all pooping?
Anybody peeing?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Chappell, this week
What's
coming up, Mergatory. Do you
Boo!
like Mergatory?
No, boo. We hate this. Okay. I hate it in practice, but I do like that it is a thing in Survivor because it feels like that is the time where you pluck the piece off the board that you normally can't get, because now the tribes are in 5, they're smaller. These people who are probably well insulated in their normal tribe or like who would be well insulated in a merge are now exposed. Because like the people playing the hardest are probably out in front or something like that. They probably are like very obvious like threats and stuff like that. But now you got like somebody who you probably wouldn't look at. And you're like, I could get that person now. I could probably get them out. We've seen a few good Mergatory boots, I think.
Yeah, but I think on paper, that's what the idea is. But I feel like in practice, it has not been that over the course of 5 seasons. I mean, last season, that they did go for Caleb and then he hit the shot in the dark. But then it was J Maya. I mean, it feels like that the person who has gone home at Mergatory has been a person that one tribe is like, we don't like this person that's in our tribe. And then it just is a pile-on.
Was it 43 when they got Ellie out for Mergatory?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one because Ellie was in a good spot, right? She was teamed up with Noel.
She was in a good spot, but then Gabler was like, hey, what y'all talking about? Ellie went through my bag.
Yeah, Gabler said,
that's it. We don't like her either.
What's the smallest move I could do to ensure me the win of this game 3 days in? Let's take out Ellie.
Yep.
When they got to that final tribal council, it was like, remember Ellie? And people were like, yeah, it's Ellie Queen. Give your vote to Gabler. Woo! He did it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I don't like it. I don't like when people who are seemingly playing well get like voted out because of like, the structure of like the twist. But with Mergatory, I feel like now we know that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Also, is Mergatory canon? Is like has Jeff called it that on the show?
I think so. I feel like it's part of the show now.
But
they called an episode Mergatory.
But Rob, I mean, again, you kind of named Mergatory, didn't you? Like this? That's
no,
RHAP production.
They said no. I don't think so. I think we ran. It was on the show. I think they said it on the show.
They said it on the show.
We repeated it a lot. Yeah,
I don't think so. I do not. I would like somebody to run the tape back. I want to know if RHAP needs royalties.
Yeah, I think there definitely have been things that we have named on RHAP that have gone into the show, but I don't think that that's one of them. I can't take credit for that.
I can't think of one that we would have named. I like the OGs. Like the Survivor was not calling anybody the OG such and such tribe. Like that is definitely an RHAP thing because it's still fascinating to me when white people say OG.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like when did because in Australian Survivor they're like the OG Rebels tribe, like the OG Rebels tribe. What y'all know about the gang?
Well,
original
we affected
gangsters
Australian Survivor too.
You thought they were watching Australian Survivor before they got on Australian Survivor? They were watching U.S. Survivor. Them people been listening to the podcast, listening to Shannon and you and Josh Wiggler for years. I don't know. I feel like you gave them that.
I did listen to a lot of rap in the 90s.
Yeah, you did. I know you did because the other day we were podcasting. I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking about the catchphrases. Do you remember this, Rob?
Which one?
We were talking about Joey Lawrence's "Whoa."
Whoa! Oh, yeah.
And you said I don't know it from Blossom. I know it from Black Rob. And while some people might be confused about who Black Rob is, I am not. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. So if you're making Black Rob references in the year of our Lord 2024, you've been there. You was with us shooting in the gym. You OG.
Yep.
OG Rob C.
Yeah.
That's your rap name, OG Rob C. Hey, drop the track.
Yeah. I mean, that was right before my dad, Eugene Levy, took away all of my rap CDs.
Yeah, your album is dropping. You know, your album is dropping this fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Chappell, anything else for Club Condo today?
I mean, there's probably a few things. I like that Liz.
Chat, anything? We're live today. If chat, you got anything else that you want us to mention?
Yeah, listen, I like that Liz makes far too much money to be bothered to look for an idol. That is so fun to me. Like, hey, we're going looking for an idol. I'm not. I'm actually not. Y'all can go look. I was like, imagine being that comfortable in your tribe. The entire tribe is scrambling, and you're like, baby, I don't look for my own idols. I make too much money for that. Stop it. Stop it. Shenanigans.
Yeah, that's what desperate people do. That's
right.
Liz.
She's like, Liz is the prize. She's like, I'm not, I am the idol. Y'all should be looking for me. And here I am in the tribe, chilling.
I mean, she might be out searching for something she can eat.
She's not finna look for nothing. Y'all need to bring Liz her things. She said, bring me my food. Thank you. And bring me my idol too. I like Liz. I want to see, like, what world do they vote out Liz, Robin? You think Liz could be a Mergatory boot?
I really don't. I think that Liz, I have her as probably like, I guess that she is probably down. There's a chance where it could happen. I feel like I've said that. I feel like that Venus and Kenzie, to me, I think are the most likely people that their tribes say, like, okay, how about this person? And then people go for it. I think that Liz is like too much part of like core Nami. Like, I feel like that she's at least with Hunter and Tevin enough that I don't think that those guys would throw her under the bus. So I'm looking for somebody that's going to get thrown under the bus by their original tribe for Wednesday.
We just need somebody to get run over. You know, it's kind of like, you know, the bus is coming. It's like, boom, just push it on like beep, beep. Yeah, you got to just get through the round. You know, it's like, it's a strategic decision, but it's more like a, who can we afford to lose decision?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nami feels too close. You know, they all feel very close. Honestly, we talked about this too before, me and you, when we talked about Survivor Davis versus Goliath. But there's something to be said about aligning with a millionaire and taking them to the end. They might choose not to win.
That certainly is possible. Yeah. If you know, but I don't think Liz is going to say like, don't go over. Liz is like, I think this is all like a big strategy to get to the end.
Yeah. Oh, you think so? Liz is at the end? She's like, yeah, nah, you can't you can't Mike White me. I want my things. Yeah. I just don't see a world where anybody was like, let's get Liz out. Liz seems like she's chilling. I would love to play a cigar with Liz.
I think Liz has to get through this week's vote and then the split tribal. I think that
the split tribal is the one I'm most worried about her.
If she can get through these next 2 episodes, I think Liz is smooth sailing for a little bit. I don't think you have to worry about Liz for a while. That
split tribal gonna be a beast for Liz. If she comes out of that one, I'm like, okay, Liz, let's go to the final 3, man. I see you.
Especially because I really do think that this group of 6 that came together, like if that ends up being a thing for a little bit, I think that Liz, who's not in that thing, I could be looked at as a person who's expendable by that group.
You know what else I kind of liked on this episode?
What?
I find it fascinating when, you know, Jeff reveals the tribes to each other. It's like, oh, we got to bring in the new young tribe. You know, this person got voted out. And every week they do it. Oh, big reactions. Woo, they were shocked to see Jess go. Are you shocked to see Jess go? Like, boy, I couldn't even. Jelinsky going, oh my God, not Jelinsky. They said Banu, and everybody said, okay. Yeah.
You know, was the one that really messed people up was last week when they brought in Siga first, and then they're like, all right, Siga, let's bring in the Yanu tribe. And then they were all still there, and Siga was like in a blender, like, wait. What happened? They went or they didn't vote somebody out. And then they brought out the Nami tribe with no Rand in. They were like, what?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
You know, it takes me back to when Jackson got removed from the game, medically evacuated, and poor Marianne, you know, she had known Jackson all of 14 hours, but it was the saddest thing that ever happened to that woman. And so I would love to see those type of reactions when we bring in somebody's like unexpected exit for Randon.
2 severals, okay?
Yeah, seven severals. 7 rolls.
Several. Okay. All right, Chappell. Wednesday night, I'll be back
Yes.
after the episode live. Dr. Evie Jagoda is going to join me Wednesday night. Looking forward to that. We will break down everything from Mergatory with Evie coming up, and that should be a lot of fun. And then we'll get back into everything on Thursday with the exit interview and well-known hottie Stephen Fishback on Thursday.
Yes. Ooh, again, moist. Yeah, tell Doc I said what's up. I miss Evie so much. Yeah, Evie's gonna be great on the podcast. Stephen, of course, is always great and hot.
Yeah.
Not to say Evie isn't hot, also hot as well. Both of them are hot. So yeah, Rob, keep it going. Keep these hotties on the podcast. More hotties for RHP.
Got to.
Yeah. I gotta step it up. I gotta hit the gym. How else am I gonna bust that Steven split?
Yes. Okay. What else is coming up for you?
Recap Kickback. That's it right here. Recap Kickback. I don't know if you can see it, but RECAP Kickback. That's what I'll be doing. I'm on my podcast over there. Me and Mari every week are dropping content. So check us out. We recently did the Freaknik documentary, and this week we have a special treat. We're going to be talking about Cowboy Carter. We're doing a Beyonce panel.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, hella nice. Also over there, so so I guess I should plug the people. So joining us for the Cowboy Carter, it'll be myself, Mari Forth, Pharaoh from the Reality Kingdom podcast, Nicole Weaver from Black by Reality podcast, Sasha Joseph, and I think that's it. I think that's it right now. We still got a couple people pending because a lot of people got a lot to say about Beyonce.
You have everybody on at once. This is like We Are the World.
Yeah, basically. And I'm Michael. Or no, I'm more like Cyndi Lauper in that one. No, I'm joking. She could never. Who's that who sings The Power of Love? Huey Lewis. I'm Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm Huey Lewis.
I finished watching that documentary. It was really good.
I told you we were going to talk about another Netflix. But anyway, so there's that. And then, of course, I'm talking about Abbott Elementary every other week with Gia. Abbott's on a brief hiatus, and so we will be back very soon. Don't ask what about Amon. Y'all, if y'all want to know why Amon's not on the panel, add him and me and say, why Amon not on the Beyonce panel? Because he don't return text messages. That's why. So, yeah, tell Amon he fumbled. Please and thank you. I'm definitely Quincy Jones, Andrew. Thank you. But yeah, because I assembled all the little Avengers here. But yeah, check that out on Recap Kickback. Of course, like I said, Sasha and I got AJ Mass coming on soon to help me with some content. Ariel and I will be talking about Grey's Anatomy. It's a lot of stuff going on Recap Kickback. I'm making shorts and reels. Follow me on social media platforms to keep up with all of that and more.
Blew up the other day about Louis Gossett Jr. Yeah,
I mean, it's not my best, but it was up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, RIP to the king. I think I want to highlight a lot more, people and legends when they go out. Give people their flowers when they deserve them. And Lou Gossett definitely deserved them. But you can get all that more and more on youtube.com/@recapkickback. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button because we're creeping up on 700 subscriptions, Rob.
Okay. All right.
It's only been a month.
Keep it up. All right. We'll be back with Deal or No Deal Island later on tonight with Jenny.
Johnny!
Make sure you subscribed. Love to hear what y'all have to say. What y'all talking about? Tell me in the comments because I read them all and I love to hear what you have to say. We appreciate your likes. And when you hit the subscribe button too, take care, everybody. Have a good one.